strong right hand. Well, not necessarily my hand, but maybe the hand of Hellboy. So this will be my Hellboy 2019 review and spoilers. So here we go. David Harbour as Hellboy, I thought he was great. I thought he really looked the part. His jokes I thought were pretty good. I thought they were pretty good. I mean, they could have been better, of course, but I thought the jokes were really good. Mila Jovovich as Vivian / Blood Queen. Thought she was Mila Jovovich. In my opinion, she's great. I loved her in Resident Evil as Alice. So that's just my opinion, but I thought she was great. She was an awesome villain. Hellboy's father, I'm not sure what the actor's name was, but he was great also, in my opinion. And then there's this character named by the name of Alice, and she was kind of like a psychic, very strong connection. And she could have headaches from hearing voices in her head. She had the ability to punch souls out of demons, and she talks to them, and they'll also come through and communicate with others through, I think I'm pronouncing it right, ectoplasm is this gooey, smoky stuff that comes out of your mouth, and it goes into a form of a character or a person, and they talk to somebody else in the film. I mean, it's hard to explain exactly what it is, but if you saw the movie, then you'll know what it is, or if you've done research on ectoplasm and you have an idea of what it is, then okay, there you go. Moving on. Merlin is also in the film, so is King Arthur, and a character by the name of Ben, who can transform himself into a tiger and doesn't actually like to do it because he prevents it by injecting himself with some kind of serum stuff. And he was pretty cool in my opinion. But let's see, Merlin tries to get Hellboy later on in the film to use the sword of Excalibur. But I'm gonna get back to that in a little bit. I've taken some notes, so this is going to be a messy review here. Because at the beginning of the film, the Blood Queen was killed by King Arthur, and her body was cut up or chopped up into many pieces, and those pieces were placed into boxes and carried out to be hidden across the world. And of course, later on, the Blood Queen was put back together with the help of an assistant that she has, which was a hog fairy type creature. And he helped out to piece her back together and sewed back together piece by piece. The movie was gory, very violent, full of F-bomb, was dropped a lot. It was something else. It was rough, but it was so good. Let's see. Did I mention? Like I said, this is going to be in a mess. I've taken notes. Merlin tries to get Hellboy to take the sword of Excalibur, which the sword of Excalibur was used to cut the Blood Queen. It was the only thing that can really harm her. So later on in the film, Hellboy gets taught with Merlin, and of course, I keep on trying to say, he tries to get Hellboy to take up the sword, but when Hellboy goes to take it up, he sees a vision of a violent future of him using the sword. He's all horned out, the sword's on fire, and Hellboy's taking out humans and killing them and stuff, and so he doesn't take up the sword at all, and it disappears, and Merlin basically says, I used up all my power that I have to be able to make that sword appear, and it vanishes, and then it's like, he said, as he was dying, well, the sword's going to go back to King Arthur, the rightful person who's supposed to pull the sword up. So Merlin died out after that. Let's see. The Hoglite Fairy character. What I was talking about, the Hoglite Fairies. The Hoglite Fairy character, it's hard to explain, but he's basically a hog, and he works for the Blood Queen, and then him and the character Ben, who transforms into a tiger, had an awesome fight with Hellboy all together, and it was amazing. And of course, the Alice character was there, the girl who has the powers to, well, the psychic powers. So she was there, and of course she wasn't fighting though. But let's see. And then later on, there was some point in time in the movie, I got it all mixed up. I know this is not all in order; it's just everywhere. Bubba, I can't say the last word. Bubba I don't know. It's Bubba Y-A-G-A is a character of this demon that Hellboy goes to go see, and she's a horrible character. She actually eats skeletons of little kids. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And she only has one eye because her right eye is gone, and so she wants to get hers restored, and she makes a deal with Hellboy, and of course Hellboy doesn't go through with the deal completely. So she tries to forcefully take the eye from him and all that stuff like that. I don't want to talk about too much. And then the Blood Queen, I mean, she's very, very powerful. I mean, when she got killed in the beginning of the film, her blood went into a tree, and after she got pieced back together, she was able to take her blood out of the tree and be fully restored, where she has all these powers and stuff. And she raised up demons, and the demons marched through the city and killed tons of people. It was a violent movie. It was so amazing, though. But towards the end, basically at the end of the film, Hellboy's father gets killed by the Blood Queen, and then Hellboy takes up the sword after rejecting it before, and Hellboy takes up the sword, and it turns all flaming and stuff, and it gets the horns and everything, and the Blood Queen tells him to come here, my king, and tempts him to stay evil. And then Hellboy's father comes through in the form of the ectoplasm out of Alice's mouth. That's where the ectoplasm comes out of, is her mouth, and it formed into his father. And then his father talked to Hellboy to convince him to be good and not to do this. And of course, the Blood Queen was trying to tell him that he's lying, don't listen to him and all that. And Hellboy comes through, but before any of that, Ben had this gun with a bullet, and the bullet was supposed to be designed to kill Hellboy, and he was going to use it on Hellboy if Hellboy had turned evil and stuff like that. So during the sequence of Hellboy being evil, Ben was getting the gun all ready to go, getting ready to shoot Hellboy, and then Hellboy comes through, chops the Blood Queen's head off once again, and then Ben gets rid of the gun and the bullet because he doesn't have to use it no more, and Hellboy ripped his horns off, and it was awesome. And then as soon as the Blood Queen got killed, her head was thrown into the crack in the ground inside the building that they were in, and then after she gets killed, all the demons on the earth vanish, and they done. I mean, this is a messy review. I mean, I got it all messed up, but I think I basically got it all straight, except it's all messed up though. But the film is based off of the Dark Horse Hellboy comics, and It's definitely rated R for sure. It really fits the R-rated. I mean, yeah, for sure. This is definitely a different Hellboy movie compared to the originals, which the originals were really good. They were really good. This Hellboy reboot was fantastic in my opinion. So I'm a fan of both the reboot and the originals. But that's just my opinion. But I thought the movie was incredible. It was fantastic. I loved it. In my opinion, of course. And I'll give it a 8 out of 10 stars. It was very gory, very funny. It was just, like I said, the F-bomb was dropped a lot. The R-rated was perfect for it. Definitely a perfect fit. I hope we get a sequel somehow. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, because the last time I checked on how much the film is making, it's not looking too good at all. And that is terrible, because the movie is really good. I wish people would go out and see it and give it a chance. It is so good. But I'm not sure how good I did with this review. I know I got it messed up pretty bad, but hopefully it came through clear enough. So, but yeah, this is my review for the Hellboy 2019 and spoilers. I'm Auckland. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button, the like button. Also, share it with your friends if you don't mind. And also, if you don't mind, put a comment down. Ask me a question or just a comment in general. And if you don't mind, hit the notification bell down below, and you'll be notified when I go live or upload another video. Alright, thank you so much. Alright, bye. My strong right arm. Oh, that movie was great. It was so good.